By looking at the title of this video, it may seem rather out of place compared to the other content I've posted on this channel. I primarily try to make my channel about gaming and gaming only, but it's been rather slow in gaming lately. We've just come off from a very good year of gaming, but in terms of news, it's very slow, and the only closest to news is the Konami debacle, and which was probably the most controversial thing of last year. But what I really want to talk about today is the most recent death in celebrities, and the most recent one was David Bowie, which was very saddening, and it kind of reminded me of that one summer. I believe it was the same summer when Michael Jackson died, but it was also the same summer where a lot of celebrities were dying, which is like really weird. Like there's a lot of points in time where celebrities just fucking die for some reason, and if you don't count, I'm like not counting suicides. I mean, but it's rather weird. But it's not just the weirdest thing, and it's the most weirdest thing, especially with David Bowie. It's his album, and you people never probably didn't notice this until he died. He released his last album 2 days before he died, Black Star, and his two music videos were released. I believe the first song was Black Star, and the second song was Lazarus. And when you listen to many of the songs in his album, and even in the like digital booklet, I bought the album on iTunes, and you see it throughout the entire album. When you listen and read the lyrics, it's a reflection of his life and his death. Like he knew he was gonna die eventually, and he released it just before he died. And that's the most creepy part about it. It's his last album, his gift to everyone before he went, and that's what he gave us. He gave us his last album, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a great album. And I'm still trying to get some lyrics. I didn't listen to David Bowie, but I do find his last and final album rather interesting. And I've looked through his history, and David Bowie was very weird. And it's not weird in the same way as his last album. Like in his last album, it's weird in a very creepy way because it's all about life and death. Is excuse me, his other work usually cross-gendered. He dressed up as a woman, and he had this alter ego. I believe that the name was Ziggy Stardust, if that was correct. And what I know is he made quite an impact on music and was quite an influence on many other musicians, and has played with other artists and bands as well. And he's really contributed to music in every way, and I'm sure many great artists were greatly influenced by him. And his impact will forever remain on music history. And yeah, it's very, very creepy. Very creepy. It's a creepy feeling when you listen to his album and hearing about his life and about life. The one thing I noticed about the music video, especially from Black Star, when you listen to it, a lot of creepy imagery. You see David Bowie with bandages on his eyes with buttons to place where his eyes are, and you notice at the end of the very song, it just abruptly ends. And I really like that touch, how it just abruptly ends, reflecting how life just ends. It can end like that in any moment in your life. Any day could be your last, and it can end just like that. Well, this, and as I said earlier, this may seem out of place on my channel, but it's very interesting, very creepy, and I want to know what you guys think of the album, if you've listened to it or listened to his songs. Like, are you a big fan of David Bowie? Tell me what you think. You probably might have a bigger insight on who he was as a musician. Be truly honest, I only started listening to him, like, I probably unconsciously listened to his songs before I really knew who he was. So, yeah. Anyway, That's my news topic video or personal video or something I just want to talk about. Something I just found interesting. Anyways, my name is Trige. Out.